Welcome to Take Aim. My name is Los Santos. Well, today's topic, we're going to be talking about the World Cup group stage and the France and Argentina and Uruguay versus Portugal. But before I continue, I'm going to introduce you guys to the specialists that are here with me. We have Watson and we have Mamadou.
Thank you.
How you guys doing today?
Good. It's been a long time, you know. Been a long time.
Well, quick question. What you guys think? Like the whole group stage. Like what you guys think? Like what surprises you? What was the ups and downs from all the teams? Because I know there was a lot of surprise. There was a lot of surprise that a team that people thought they're gonna make it far, but they end up not going out the group stage. A team that we thought they're not gonna make it out the group stage, but they made it out the group stage. Like, what's your thought?
Yeah, first of all, that's a very exciting World Cup. I watched pretty much all the games, and I can notice like the gap between the big teams and the small teams. It's less and less, and there's no huge gap as before. All teams is well prepared. So I like that point. Also, I was kind of disappointed because we didn't have big stars playing like Neymar, like Germany with a big disappointment. Salah, players like Ronaldo, he was okay, but not so good so far. Like Messi too, like those teams, Spain as well. Spain players from Spanish, they're very disappointed. I believe that because they look very tired, and I think like they got to play too much games during the season, so they kind of tired. Even with Mani, for example, for Senegal, same thing happened to him. He looks tired. So this is kind of the downside of the World Cup. But other than that, it's very exciting, and they're pretty good games. It's very difficult to make predictions because anything can happen in any games.
Yeah, I think the teams are very even like the big nations and the smaller nations. They're very even when it comes to playing now. There's not as much of a skill gap as before. I think what we saw, a couple teams surprise us, like Germany not making it through and Sweden ending up topping that group. Yes, Germany, they didn't look their chemistry seemed to not be there like the last World Cup. I know the coach decided to bring pretty much the same World Cup team that he had last World Cup, and I think that was his downfall. That a lot of the players they haven't been informed for the last 2 seasons, haven't done too much, like Ozil, Muller, even Neuer hasn't played all season, but they still took him over Ter Stegen. Of course, Salah, yes, he just came back from an injury. He didn't play like we all thought he would play for Egypt. I think the World Cup overall, the group stage, was pretty good. It was exciting. VAR had a huge input on what was happening in the group stage and record-breaking penalties and stuff like that. Even own goals too, a lot of own goals. But even that new rule where if you're tied at the end where the fair play, whoever has less yellow cards will get the second place slot, which we saw Senegal not make it because of that, and Japan made it through. So, it was an interesting group stage.
It was a lot of changes.
And also something I wanted to add, it's about the video new things they added. I think that's a good idea to have less mistakes, but I think there's lots of improvements to be.
Don't you guys think like it slows down the game, like the VAR and stuff like that?
But yes, it slows down in a way, but not really, because the only time that they really go to the VAR is if the upstairs team that's looking at the TV or looking at the replays signals to the ref, okay, you should go look at it. But if he doesn't get that call, then the games continue playing. He doesn't stop it until he gets that call. If he gets that call, then he stops it, and then in most of the cases this World Cup, the right call was made. So, and there's been about 6 or 7 penalties called on VAR. So I think could have changed. You could have seen some teams not make it through the group stage because of those calls not being made, and because those calls are made, some other teams made it through. So I think yes, it does keep it fair play for everyone. It keeps the mistakes that we've seen in previous World
minimal.
Cups to the minimal, and we see that some nations don't get through because of a bad referee call.
Okay, I agree on what you're saying, but the main point for me is overall, like all the teams, it doesn't seem like they are being judged the same way. First of all, we know we have a referee who decides when we call the video or not. This is not so much clear, and sometimes, like the decisions, they are not like balanced between all the games. So that's why many people, especially from the small teams, they believe like they're not judged the same. And I think the main point of the video is people don't want to accept like there's always have mistakes. Even if you watch a video many times, there's always have mistakes, and I don't know if it's going to bring more confusion or not. Okay, it will avoid some mistake, but overall, it's always have like
It's
people
always good,
debating, like what happened with the penalty for Senegal, some penalty
The handball.
given
Even the handball for Portugal.
Yeah.
Which, in a way, did change a lot because Portugal, if they didn't have that handball, they would have won the group.
Yeah.
And they've been facing Russia tomorrow.
Yeah.
Instead, they face Uruguay and they're knocked out.
Yeah.
So it's a huge difference between Russia and Uruguay.
Well, let's get to I guess the game. Argentina versus France. A very intense game. Almost had a heart attack. Watching the game.
Very exciting game.
Yeah, very exciting game.
Lots of games. One of the
best games in the World Cup
so far.
Yeah. But what's your guys' thoughts?
I would say Argentina, that was the best game they played all.
First of all, you should mention you're from France and you're happy.
The bias is coming in.
So that's
bias is coming in now.
We're all clear.
Yeah, from France, but okay, we have to keep it general, okay. Can't take sides. No, but yeah, I think Argentina was the best game they played.
Yeah.
They have no midfield. Argentina no midfield at all. But today they played with pride and they gave all they could to win this game. They took the lead 2-1. I was getting scared at that point. I said, no, that can't happen. Argentina can't beat France. But Mbappe, he came to rescue France. But yeah, the whole tournament, France, I don't know, they don't look too. They're not exciting, but they get the win. You know, they get the job done, but they're not playing exciting football. Like first game, every game they're only winning by one goal. Today they scored a lot of goals today.
Yeah,
the first match they scored a lot of goals. The other matches they only scored one goals. You know, but I don't know. It's interesting. I think Dembele should play next game. I think he's playing maybe a little bit too defensive because you have Matuidi, Kanté, and Pogba, and then plus you have other players that are defensive. Giroud, yes, he works in the system because he holds up the ball. He can wait for other players to run off of him. But I don't know. I still think that they could make one or two changes in the squad, and I think Dembele should be in there for more attacking, especially against Uruguay. They're gonna have.
But the thing is, who are they gonna put? Because they have Mbappe, Giroud, and Griezmann.
But they play the thing is they play a 4-2-3-1.
Mm-hmm.
So the two midfielders are Pogba and Kanté, but they put Matuidi on the left side. But when they defend, he comes in back into the midfield.
Because you need that.
I don't.
Because when if you put Dembele same position of Matuidi
on the wing,
Dembele is not a defender. Like how he's gonna.
But I don't think you need to defend as much. I think if you have most of the possession of the game, you don't have to defend. That's how you defend against the team. You hold all the possession, so they don't have many attacks. But if you don't have the players to hold the possession, it's not going to work.
Okay. Yeah. To me, so speaking of the game, first of all, I want to say like this is not impressive teams like in the beginning because those teams they were struggling. France come from the easiest group, I would believe. And Argentina was very, very weak. They don't have, the defense is, you talk about the midfield, but the defense is very slow. And that's why I think, I was, it's okay for France to win, but I was watching the game. It was an exciting game, but it was kind of boring because France, I do not like the style they play because they don't play. They refuse to play. They just staying. Everybody is in position and they didn't want to take initiative, right? And they only took initiative when they were behind. And and France got saved by Mbappe. But other than Mbappe, for me, there's nothing I want to remember. I was impressed by France team. Mbappe on the way, like they are reactive under pressure compared to other big teams. But other than that, even though it was an exciting game, I'm not convinced by France performance. Even though that's a good sign, it's a good improvement from what's happening in group stage. So maybe they're getting bigger and bigger, but I'm not so much convinced. Especially when you look at the way they play, and for me it was kind of ugly. And other than Mbappe, I think there's nothing much I like about this team so much. I'm not a big fan of the way they play. So as I said to you, like Kante, Giroud, Matuidi, those players, they are good, but I think this team, friend of players, they can do way, way better than that. Especially today when you look at the fact that they played a very weak team, very slow defense of Argentina, not organized, just relying on Messi. So I think that's good, but against Uruguay is going to be another piece of cake for them, and they're going to have a hard time. I believe so.
But let's move over to Uruguay and Portugal. What do you guys think about that game?
Yeah, the 2 goals from Cavani, they're beautiful, you know. No, but Uruguay, they worked very hard. Portugal had most of the possession the whole game. Uruguay just used counterattack to score their goals. Suarez was very good again. Of course, Uruguay, before going into this game, haven't conceded a goal in the World Cup. They conceded one today, so they've only conceded 1 goal in the whole World Cup. I think they have the best defense in the World Cup. Overall, their team is a very balanced team. They have a good defense with Cavani and Suarez up top, who can score goals pretty much every game. Portugal, they just lacked creativity, I think. When they would pass it around the box like pretty much the whole game, but they couldn't find that little pass or that one pillar to beat a player and shoot a goal, like score a goal. Ronaldo was very quiet. I don't think it was totally Ronaldo's fault. They weren't crossing the ball that much, using Ronaldo's strength, using him to his strengths, like aerial scoring headers. They weren't crossing as much, and when Charisma came on, he didn't do too much. He didn't look that effective.
He was trying to look for the fouls a lot.
Yeah, he was trying to look for the fouls a lot. But I think the better team won today. I think that Uruguay was the better team overall. And I think they have they could be one of the favorites to go on to win the World Cup.
I do the same too. Like earlier, I told you that I was impressed by team from South America. I think Colombia and Uruguay were those teams I like the most. And Uruguay, for me, it's the most underrated team in this World Cup. Basically, they have everything. They have a good defense, as you said, good attack, good players from Atletico, players playing together for a long time. They always perform well in the World Cup. They finished 3rd, I think. And it's in the DNA. They won the World Cup a long time ago, but I think this remains like in the DNA of this team. And also they have everything, and nobody's talking about them. And they are very, 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 very good team and very impressive. They have experience.
Before we close.
Huh?
Spain versus Russia.
Spain.
Prediction.
Spain? I think Spain's winning.
Yeah, Spain winning based on experience.
Yeah, experience. Too much. There's too much. Costa's not gonna. Costa's playing very well.
I'm kind of going for Russia,
The home team, man.
A home team.
Home team.
Going for Russia.
Russia to win the World Cup.
Yeah, man. I say 2-0 for Russia. for that game.
Yeah, but Russia they played weak team like Saudi
Saudi
Arabia.
Arabia and Egypt.
Yeah, Egypt.
Yeah.
And after that, as soon as they faced a big
Uruguay,
team
they
like
got
Uruguay, they got
slapped.
slapped right away.
So Croatia, Denmark prediction.
I would say Croatia is going to win that game. They look very good this year. They're another favorite to go to the World Cup final.
Yeah, me too. I would believe Croatia. They have good balance, especially the midfield is amazing. With Kovacic, Modric, it's an amazing player. They have Mandzukic, they have good players, and I think they're gonna cruise. Denmark, I think it's a very weak team.
Denmark, yeah.
Yeah, and they don't have ambitions too, because I was sad against France. They didn't play even to win. They just satisfied with being here,
Yeah.
and I don't think I don't think they're gonna be able to kick Croatia out.
Brazil versus Mexico.
I think Mexico is going to win. I think that's the first upset in the knockout stage. Yeah, I think Mexico is going to beat Brazil. Who do you think is going to win?
No, me, I like Mexico, but yeah, I would bet on Brazil.
Brazil?
Yeah. Even though they rely too much on Neymar, I think Neymar will change the style of playing and he will play more for the team, because everybody is telling him like, hey, you're not solving the problem of the teams, so you should be more of a player maker.
What about Belgium and Japan?
Belgium is winning.
Belgium is
Yeah,
winning.
that's the easy one.
Yeah, to me. I believe so.
Japan is probably the weakest team that got out of the group stage.
Yeah,
So I think Belgium's
Yeah,
an
I think-
easy one for them.
Yeah, I think
Too much talent.
I see
on that team.
Belgium too.
Yeah, me too. I believe Belgium.
I think it's gonna be like an easy game
Yeah,
for Belgium. Sweden versus Switzerland.
I think Sweden will win. I actually think Sweden will win.
Sweden will win.
I actually think Sweden will win.
This one is kind of
It's hard.
Tough. Yeah,
It's tough because they're very close, very even.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just have this feeling the way Sweden's been playing this World Cup. I think they're gonna get through.
Yeah, I believe Sweden too.
Sweden too.
What do you think?
Me? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Can't go against Xhaka, Arsenal.
No, I have one reason why I would pick Sweden. What you're thinking? Because with that Ibrahimovic, I think they have less pressure and they can play more as a team rather than relying on only one big players. Yeah, and against Germany too, they perform well. They have a good defense. They just make a stupid mistake in the end, and overall they were playing fine. And usually, like compared to the last Euro, they made a lot of progress.
Yeah.
That's why I would think it's a good opportunity for them to face a team like Switzerland, and I think they're gonna be better than that.
I don't know. For me, I go for Switzerland. I don't know. They look kind of strong. With Xhaka and Shaqiri.
Shaqiri.
It's they're gonna put a lot of pressure on the Sweden team.
Yeah.
Because I don't think like the Sweden team have a good defense, and they can handle Xhaka and Shaqiri. I think I'm going for Switzerland. For Switzerland for that one. And the last game, Colombia versus England. I say Colombia, I say in French. Colombia versus England.
I think England's gonna win this one.
England?
Yeah. Only because of Hurricane.
Hurricane?
Yeah.
And it's looking like James might not play, so that's a huge change for Colombia. Because we saw them in the first game, they didn't really play that well without him. Because he's pretty much the creative player in that team.
Well, I guess that's it. This is Stay Kim. My name is Los Santos. I would like to say thank you to the specialist.
Yep. If France doesn't win the World Cup, I'm retiring.
It's time for more.
Taking. From taking.
Staying.
We'll see.
But like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you guys next time.